voice.
Welcome to this interview program on My School News TV. My name is Nsukka Anita, and today we'll be having a conversation with Chinalurumogu Success, a talented student of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, who won the FCLA prize for Roger Hatchuel Students Academy. And on our conversation today, we'll be focusing on Nalu's journey, paving way for herself, and the challenges she has faced along the way. I'm not alone on this interview today. We'll be having Mr. Namdi and Ms. Emele. Without further ado, let's begin the interview. So Nalu, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Before we go further, can you tell us a bit about the FCLA and the Roger Hatchuel Students Academy?
Okay, so basically, the FCLA means Future Creative Leaders Academy. And they do this every year. I'm not sure exactly how many years they've been into the business, but they do this every year, whereby they train students from tertiary universities in the country. They train them in creative communication, that is advertising, yeah. So first things first is that this FCLA is championed by Pictures Festival. Pictures Festival is one of the hugest festivals in Nigeria, where they award excellence in creative communication media, basically, you understand. So one of the platforms they use to do these things is FCLA for undergraduates and all that. So like their tradition, they collaborate with Chini Africa to select one student that will be representing Nigeria in France for the Roger Hatchuel Students Academy. So my department basically selected me and two others basically. So that's what universities do. They select their 3 high-performing students, and I was among those for the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and here we are.
Congratulations on winning.
Thank you again.
All right, so you've just given us a background, but can we know how you got to actually hear about the Roger Students Academy?
Okay, like I said, the department chose me with 2 others for it. So the FCLA was going to train us on advertising and all that, but the first task was to create a 2-minute video and talking about who you are, how you're creative, and why you deserve a spot in the Roger Hatchuel Students Academy. So I said, okay, let's do this. Since it's the first task in the academy thingy about advertising, I called up my videographer, then I applied my storytelling and voiceover skills into the video, and ta-da!
All right, that's good. So when you were nominated, you just decided to go ahead. You didn't have any drawback in the beginning?
No, not really drawback. Immediately I saw that France was involved. I'm like, now is your time. Do this, So I had to select the best of the best in videography. If you watch that video, okay, I'll show you later. If you watch that video, you see excellence was spewing from all angles. Just pull up my camera and just start talking to my camera. I said, no. We're talking about I thought like I was the judge. What would the judge do? What would the judge do to choose the best video? So although they gave out their specifications, what they were looking for in the video and all that, I tried as much as possible to make sure that all the things they stated out, their criteria, I tried to meet up to it, and I was selected. Nice.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you bring to the table? What do you want to add to the learning community with this opportunity?
What I want to bring to the table, basically, first of all, I think when I was still skeptical whether I would be the one to go to France or not, my mentor was telling me I should relax, but I should understand that this is a huge opportunity. Not everybody gets to travel out of the country on not a platter because I worked for it, but all expense paid. It's not every day it happens for everybody. And I know that going there, I'm not just going on my own accord. I'm representing the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. I'm representing Mass Communication Department. I'm representing Nalu as a person. I'm representing Nigeria. So whatever it is they're going to ask us to do best, they say jump on the rope, I'm gonna jump on the rope. If they say cry, I'm gonna cry. But I'm sure they're not gonna tell us to do all this stuff. But basically, the learning community, that's something I even if there's gonna be a competition over there, hopefully I'm bringing another victory home. If there's going to be, anyhow they want to do it, we're in for it, for all of it.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to that part of the story, was there any time where you faced a difficult challenge, in preparing for the video and all, and then how did you persevere through it?
Oh my God, that's a beautiful question actually, because I think when they told us about our first task, we had I think 5 days to the deadline, or less than that, or a little bit more. They released the tasks today, and then the deadline is in 5 days. How am I supposed to craft and do all of that in such a small time?
Yeah.
And my videographer was not even close, staying with me. So I had to travel to meet him. And on the day, a day to the day I was supposed to travel to meet him, I had not drafted my script. My head was blank. What was I going to say in this video? I had no idea. So I thank God for my elder sister who was like, so basically, how are you creative? Because that's the video. So tell me, how are you creative? I'm like, okay, I can do this. Then say it in the video. I'm like, okay. The next thing, I started drafting all the stuff that happened when I was a child. I mean, they want a story, right? I give them a story.
Yeah.
And it happened,
Alright, so but then what do you think sets you apart from other nominees, that made you the best?
Exactly like I said. I'm a voiceover artist, first of all. So I have a mastery in voiceover and storytelling. So when I applied both in my submission, I think it made me stand out. Then the videography, the editing, the camera angles, everything. And oh my God, I was saying a lot about being African. I think I had this Afrocentric earring I wore that said naturally dope. And my videographer kind of zoomed in on it while I was saying everything. The music he used, the environment I used to shoot the video, and the way the words were flowing from my mouth. And I had this not afro though, I had this hairstyle that was also dripping African kind of thing. The video was just beautiful. I think when a judge looks at all of that, he'll be like, give it to this girl, she deserves it, and that kind of thing.
Alright, it's been a wonderful conversation so far, but then we'll be handing over to the next interviewer,
Alright.
take us on another ride. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome once again, Ms. Nalu, to this interview section. I'll be asking you some questions. So, first of all, can you please tell us the organization, or rather someone who sponsors this festival, Cairns Lions Festival?
Okay, thank you. I don't exactly have an answer to that question because Cairns Lion Festival is huge, it is big, and happens in France. So basically, for now, what I can tell you is that the Roger Hatchuel Students Academy, my going to France for the RHSA is sponsored by Chini Africa. Yeah.
Okay. So our audience out there would like to know how prepared are you for this journey? When exactly are you going to France?
How prepared am I? Rather, I'm actually very prepared. I'm somebody who likes content creation. I try to create content from everything and anything. If I'm walking along the street and I see somebody trying to, chike me, I'm already drafting a story from it, to tell people. I like story in everything, and to that effect I am already making plans for the content creation I'm going to make in France. I'm also going to be doing vox pop interviews. You're going to ask who's going to handle the camera and all that. Don't worry, you're going to see all of that, from questions I'm going to be asking people on what they think about Nigerians to I'm looking forward to meeting my colleagues, because there will also be other representatives from other countries that will be coming. So people from Czech Republic, someone from Czech, someone from other places. So it's going to be a community of people from different races and tribes and all that. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm making huge plans, and it's in June, so I have time to prep whatever it is I'm trying to prep for, and yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. How many days or weeks are you likely going to stay in France?
I'll be.
And don't you think it's going to affect your academy?
No, it's not going to affect me academically, and I'll be there for like 5 days, so it's not so wide for me to miss schoolwork and all that. And who knows, I'm representing my department, mind you, so I'll still talk to my lecturers, my head of departments, who know already about this, so I'm sure if I miss anything of schoolwork, it can be handled. They could put in a word for me and everything's fine.
All right. Thanks, Ms. Nalu, for your answers. I will introduce you to our next interviewer by name, Ms. Emege.
All right, thank you.
So, Ms. Nalu, how does it feel to experience positive fame?
It's good they call it positive fame. I'm wondering if there's a negative fame though. Well, it's mind-blowing, especially when it's coming from somebody who you respect so much. I became interested in Nigerian politics because the person who was contesting was somebody I grew up hearing my dad talk about him a lot. So when I saw he was going to be contesting in this year's election, I was very interested. I carried Nigeria's politics for the first time in my head this year. I came out to vote and all of that. So yes, I experienced it firsthand this time, only to figure out some days back that this same man congratulated me on social media. Wow. If this is not the life, what is the life? it's something else. I mean, it's mind-blowing. I don't even know I'm not sure I have the right words for it right now, but positive fame, as you call it, I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
I have a few questions for you. Some of the questions are based on social media presumptions and also from students from different institutions. Are you ready?
Okay, let's hear it.
Alright. We believe that Mr. Peter B is a man well known for excellence who encourages positive national impact, and whoever recognizes, he is recognized in the Committee of Nations. Some people may not have understood the magnitude or the impact of your success that made his excellence in Mr. Peter B recognize you. Someone on Twitter said, and I quote, "Why you no go post you now? Your name is Chinalurumogu Success, not Fatima Issa." Enlighten your listeners why you are recognized to help underscore the bigotry.
This question is quite broad. I'm sure whoever tweeted what was tweeted is trying to apply some kind of ethnic some tribal stuff with the whole Chinalurumogu and I'm not Fatima or any other name that isn't Igbo. I'm not going to answer that question, mostly because I don't know what my principal has in mind when he posted about me. But let's be clear on something, that His Excellency Peter Obi congratulates people from different tribes, people from different places. So if someone is going to pick on me personally because I am Igbo and he did just that, then I don't know, you have to question your own stance, because it just shows you are really just picking on His Excellency because you just feel like doing that. Mr. Peter Obi congratulates everybody like he did Israel Adesanya, who won the boxing thingy, and he did same with me, as he has done with very many people in the past. So I don't see how that is a problem to that person.
Alright, thank you very much, Ms. Nalu. I have another question on Twitter. I quote, what
Yes.
are you? I have another question on Twitter, and I quote, someone said, what are you putting inside your stew? How do you do what you do? So much success I see. Please, tell us what to put inside your stew.
I'm not really putting... Okay, yes, I am putting something in my stew though, but I think it's something everybody should do too. I try as much as possible to put myself out there. I was telling somebody in an interview lately and also today that I promised I didn't want... entering UNN, I'm like, I don't want to have to leave university and start carrying file left and right saying I'm looking for a job. And for me not to do that, I have to put myself out there while still in school. Make people know what I do, attend fellowships to master my craft, apply for opportunities, put out for competitions, and very many other things that I do. These things are helping me master the craft, both in journalism, in creative communication, and broadcast, and many other things. And I can assure you that at this point I am in right now, I already have a job waiting for me after university. And this is because I am putting myself out there. People know what I do. So that's basically what I'm putting in my stew. I am putting myself in my stew. I'm trying to make everyone see my crafts. And that's it.
Alright, thank you very much. That is all from Twitter. I have another question coming from students from different institutions. So this is a question from Okafor Henry Chima from the Department of Mass Communication, UNIZIK. That's Nnamdi Azikiwe University. He said, and I quote, "Congratulations to you, Nalo Kings. I heard you are still a mass comm student." I rephrase. "Congratulations to you, Nalo Kings. I heard you are still a mass comm student like I am. How did you manage?"
I think I just answered that before. How do I manage? Yes, mass comm UNN, I am in, and like I said before, I try as much as possible to put myself out there. If we tell ourselves the truth, we're not taught everything in class, yes? So I try to go extra mile. I try to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Because these crafts, we can't say we have it all figured out. We keep learning stages, we keep progressing in it, and all of those things. So I don't really have much to say on that angle, but it's just that relationships with people, hard work has helped me come this far.
Alright, thank you very much. Okafor Henry, I hope you received your answers. I have another question from a lady by name Esther C. Camila from the Polytechnic of Oko, and she said, and I quote, "Now you have a lovely smile. Please, when will there be another FCLA prize, which is the Future Creative Leaders Academy prize, happening again?"
Okay, like I said, it's a yearly thing. It happened last year, and it's going to happen, I'm sure it's going to happen next year, but you don't just apply for it. Your department has to choose you to represent them. For me, the vice president, the formal vice president of mass communication, chose me and two others and pitched us to the HOD. So it's not something you just come out and just say, okay, I'm applying for it. Your department has to choose you, put your name, and then they call you guys back and all of that.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, that's been a wonderful conversation today, and Nadu, we really appreciate you for coming. Thank you for honoring our invitation. You're welcome. Alright, so we hope you've learned something today. We hope you've enjoyed our conversation, and those of you that had questions, comments and all sorts of things in your head, I hope you've heard from our point of view and you're cleared up now. So on a final note, what would you like to say, Nadu?
I basically want to say, work on your relationships with people. Try as much as possible to learn about your craft, and don't hoard it. Don't keep it to yourself. When you learn, try to put it out there, because you don't know who's watching and who wants to, help you take it to the next level. And shout out to all my friends, shout out to my mentors, the Jacksonite family, and shout out to my school news TV for having me here today. Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you so much, and thank you guys for watching so far. We hope you have a beautiful day. Ciao!
Bye!
My School News TV, giving you a voice.